Color suffused the side of her face that wasn't scarred. Humiliation dulled her eyes, and Bowen felt a twinge of regret for so boldly stating his demand for information. She was quite possibly the most fascinating female Bowen had ever laid eyes on. One side of her face was impossibly perfect. The other was a complete tragedy. Curiosity burned in his veins, making him impatient and edgy. He wanted to demand the whole of it, whether it was an accident or done a purpose. The shame in her eyes hinted at something as dark and sinister as the scar itself, and it made him all the more determined to ferret out the truth. "By what name are you called?" Bowen asked, switching tactics when it became obvious that no reply was forthcoming. It was obvious that she wasn't comfortable on the topic of her scar, and there was plenty more information he needed in light of the developments within the McHugh clan. "Genevieve," she answered softly. It was as beautiful a name as the one side of her face was, a name to match the woman she surely must have been before the other side of her face was flayed open by a blade. "Genevieve McHugh?" Her chin came up, her eyes glazing over, becoming unreadable. "Just Genevieve. Who I was is of no import, for I am that woman no longer." Teague's eyebrows went up at the cryptic statement. Brody and Aidan were equally taken aback. "Well then, Genevieve, it would appear as though you are acting as the spokesman for your clan. Take us within to meet the remainder of the McHugh clan so I can decide what is to be done with them." Genevieve's lips twisted in scorn, her eyes sparking with anger. "Your arrogance is misplaced, good sir. These people had naught to do with the mistreatment of Evelyn Montgomery. They are as much a victim of Ian's and Patrick's cowardice as Evelyn herself." Brody stepped forward, his lips curled into a snarl. "I doubt they were imprisoned in a dungeon and tormented with their fate. My sister was ill-used by Ian McHugh for years. He has long acted as her tormentor." Genevieve eyed Brody with a level gaze. "There are many kinds of torment, sir. Nay, the clansmen were not imprisoned in a dungeon. Nay, they weren't threatened or subjected to the kind of abuse Evelyn was. I am sorry for her. I would not wish Ian McHugh on my worst enemy." Her face flashed with pain and a sorrow so deep and gut-wrenching that it bathed Bowen with discomfort. Her distress radiated like a beacon, and it was instinctive to comfort her in some way. He extended his hand, his intention to touch her arm, but she shied instantly away and stared warily at him as she put careful distance between herself and him.